We're back this week. The Eagles finally fucking lost, man. What a kick in the balls. But they've been playing like a sorry-ass team. So I'm not really surprised it's happened like that. But when you're up 17-3, I think you got to score more points. Just saying. Like, you could put your foot on some team's neck, but you got to finish the job. And the Eagles didn't finish the job. But we'll be talking about that. And how you doing, John Carlo? I got you in the house. How you doing, my friend?
Feeling good. Feeling good. I'm ready to talk about the sorry ass team right now.
Yeah.
We've only lost one game, but it's been a struggle to get these wins.
Yeah, it has been. And honestly, if you kind of look back at this whole Nick Sirianni regime, all right, when have they really ever played 4 quarters of good football? Honestly, you can even look at the fucking Super Bowl. Like, they took fourth quarter off, which is understandable. But I'm just saying, like, I just don't ever, like, during this whole regime of things, I just never seen the Eagles play 4 quarters of good football, like, under Sirianni's watch. I mean, like, I get it, wins, everything, record, all that, regime. Yeah, I get it. But I just want to see 4 quarters of dominant football, and I don't feel like that's too hard to ask. Maybe I could go back. I should be looking at more stats and records and stuff, but, like, I just feel like I've never seen it. And I feel like last week was a testament to that. And I feel like even like the week before where, the Buccaneers almost came back, or even the Rams game, like there's something always involved where they have to fix and come back or fight or do something to win the game. So I'm trying to figure that out. So I did want to ask you, whose fault is it really that the Eagles lost last week?
I'm gonna put it in the hands of Kevin Patullo for his offensive play calling, but that's gonna revert back to Sirianni. If you see the offense isn't doing what it needs to do, you have to take the reins. You have to take over.
No.
Sirianni done a good job, but at this point, when you see stuff like this happening, you see the offense so stagnant, not moving the ball, running the same 3 routes with your receivers. You have to do something. Has to change.
I agree.
Isn't he the offensive guru that we hired? Kevin Patullo is clearly in over his head. He's better off being a specialist, whatever he was doing. He's not built to run a whole offense.
I know, and this is what it just bothers me, man. It bothers me, but go ahead.
This is the second offensive coordinator hired from within that does not work.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
No, I agree. And that's what I'm trying to, like, that's the point I wanted to get to here. Like, all right, you have Frank Reich, you have some other options out there that have experience in play calling, right? So my thing is, you got your buddy Kevin Patullo. Yeah, he's been around the team. He understands who does what, and he's whatever. He's freaking holding videotape coordinator. I don't know what the fuck he really did. Like, passing game coordinator. I don't know what the fuck I get it. He has a role. He did it the last couple years. So he's supposed to have a good feel of the offense. But obviously, it doesn't show that. And honestly, like, when you have Saquon Barkley only having 6 rushes, when you have, like, things like that, like, I understand, like, when things aren't working in the heat of the moment, you got to keep trying. You have to keep trying pushing or trying different plays or misdirections and stuff. Like, there's different ways to get the offense rolling. And then, like, what I saw is just the offense keeps falling flat in the second half. Like, I don't know what the hell this guy tells them in the second half, like, or at halftime, but it just, like, keeps falling flat, and it's getting really tough to watch. Jalen Hurts, statistically, and, most part of the game, he looked pretty good. I mean, his numbers show that. But in the grand scheme of things of trying to, like, win the game, things just didn't end out the way it should have. They fell flat on their face. They got cold third quarter and everything. It's just like they lost that game more than the Broncos won that game from what I saw. And it was just clear to see. And it's just like you see Sean Payton again just like snickering around down there and, And on top of that, too, for the Denver Broncos, okay, so mind you, they just played a Monday night game, so they have one less day, okay? On top of that, they came over to the East Coast, right? And they played a 1 o'clock game. So essentially to them, that's Rocky Mountain time, that's 11 o'clock for them. So they came over there. They were ready. And on top of that, they're going to play in London next week. So mentally, they had 3 weeks of just like mental preparations, and they just came into our house and just beat us, which says a lot. It does. So I just don't know. And then on top of that, like, defensive-wise, Quinyon Quintanamo-Bay he had a grown man stop by, and that grown man was Courtland Sutton. Courtland Sutton sunned him. He could not stop him, and it was just the ball was going to go to Courtland Sutton, and he was going to catch it. And, kudos to Courtland Sutton, still doing his thing. Always, freaking man-child type of body, so. But, like, he just sunned him. And, like, throughout that game, it just looked bad. And there's just, like, thing after thing, and it was just tough to watch. And then it's just tough for the 3-and-outs that keep happening on offense because it puts the defense in a position where they have to go out there and play more. And they're going to get tired, and it's just going to wear them out. And it's not fair to them, honestly. It's not at all. So I want to say it's Patullo. I do. But you're like you said, it's Sirianni too, because like we went through this road already. Stop picking your fucking friends, all right? Stop picking your buddies to do the job, all right? Get someone that does the job. Kellen Moore did the job last year, and now he has a better job, okay? Because he did the thing. He's had experience doing this. You need someone that has experience doing this type of thing. God forbid in December or even January when things get more crucial and you don't have the right guy making the play calls. Like, I don't know what else to do. I think Sirianni's going to have to start pulling out those highlighters again and start making some play calling. All right? So, because I don't know what else to really do in this situation. I really don't.
I think Kevin Patullo is going to end up being like Sean Desai a couple years ago, getting fired toward the end of the place because it's not working. The second half of the Rams game, perfect, great. After that, no.
No, but like even like the first two games and everything too. And now we're playing the Giants. We have the Giants coming up, and we'll talk about that in a second. But like, if they fall flat in their face up in the Meadowlands, man, I don't know, man. It's gonna leave a big bad taste in our mouths, especially with everything going on in Philly with the Phillies. But I just want to throw that in there. But I'm just saying though, like I just want to see. It's just tough because we have the talent. Like, there's no matching our talent for what our team can do, but it's just not coming out in the right way. And yes, like I said, there's plucking and pulling in different spots in this team, and it will take time to get things going to where it needs to go. And yeah, -2, we have some injuries going on the offensive line and other things going on. But at the end of the day, they have to, the next man up mentality has been a big thing for the Eagles, and they've been producing in that way. So they have to show that, and they're too talented to be looking like this, honestly. And, there's always the hopes that people are saying, oh, well, they're not playing their best football yet. Blah, blah, blah. Like, well, when are you going to start playing? When is the wake-up call going to happen? And it's just frustrating as a fan to watch. But as we have a Thursday night game tonight, coming up against the Giants, like I was just iterating, what do you expect in this matchup coming up against the Giants? Do you think that the Bees can finally awaken and we can put up a lot of points and, make them look like a shitty team that they really are?
I sure hope so, but the news of Landon Dickerson not playing tomorrow is kind of bothering me.
Yeah.
Because the interior line is injured. Landon Dickerson hurt. Cam Jurgens not 100%.
Right.
Lane Johnson in and out of the lineup.
I know.
The right guard, still a question mark. I have questions, and they have a nice front seven. Kevin Patullo needs to show up tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because if we win that game because of the offense not being able to move the ball, he needs to be stripped of play calling duties by Saturday.
No, I agree.
Because you can't keep asking the defense to bail us out.
And that's why did
Quinyon get sunned? Why did he get sunned? Because he's been on the field for most of the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
It was going to happen.
No,
Taking nothing away from Courtland Sutton, but it was going to happen eventually. Jalen Carter, not healthy.
No. I see a player that's, he's going to have to wait.
Where's the pass rush?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's no pass rush. I mean, I get they did send some blips packages after Bo Nix and even Baker Mayfield the week before that worked. But I don't know. And honestly, it's going to be interesting to see because I did see Nakobe Dean is going to suit up. So I don't know if they're going to start moving Campbell out to the outside as an option on the pass rush just to fill in as Nolan Smith isn't there anymore. Brett Toth is a good story at left guard. He played pretty well against the Broncos, but, I mean, he's not Landon Dickerson. He's not the guy that got the contract, and he's not there for that particular reason. So how things are going to formulate and break down, it's going to be really interesting to see how things get put in the microscope. I hate to see Jackson Dart actually have, the game of his life this week against our secondary.
We're lucky the neighbors ain't playing.
Yeah, we are very lucky, and we did see that to a big extent hurt them last week against the Saints. I actually didn't think the Saints were going to pull that off, but they did. But playing down in New Orleans could have helped them out and gave them the rally cry that they've been looking for desperately. So it's going to be interesting to see. And there's been a lot of rumblings. I don't know. Possibly if things look bad in this Giants game, maybe they really just get rid of Dayball already. So it's going to be interesting to see. I know it would be a big shock to see, but it could possibly happen from some of the readings that I've been reading. And and I'm not just talking about Chris Carson on his show talking about it, but I'm just saying I've been reading about that.
Tell you what, let Dable get fired. I'll hire him the next day. But see ya.
I know, right? I mean, I wouldn't mind Brian Daboll being our offensive coordinator.
Brian
But that's the
Dable
thing too,
might
like
be Daniel, one of them. I don't care.
But that's what I'm
Get
saying
somebody
too. Like
else.
resume speaks a lot, especially in the NFL. But like when you don't have the resume or on your resume that you're not have play calling to an extent or being an offensive coordinator and getting things together. Like not all coordinators in that position, defensive or offensive, are always calling plays, but they're still putting things together. You know what I mean? It's not just like a passing game coordinator, and it's not like Brian Johnson was like 2 years ago. And like, it's a lot. It is. But this is coming down to coaching, and this is what I'm trying to say. Like, when they're not playing 4 quarters of football, this is on Sirianni, and this is why during his regime of things, it's his watch. He puts the thumbprint on everything at the end of the day. So it's on him to have things break down and do things and have things conducted the right way, the way it's supposed to be. But honestly, like the way the NFL is right now, Jay, like do you feel how wide open is the NFL? Like I mean, with the Bills losing at home to the Patriots and us losing at home, I feel like everything's a crapshoot right now. Honestly, we have the same record as the Jaguars right now.
And who would have had that on their bingo card at the beginning of the year? I think this is the most wide open I've seen the NFL in a while.
Yeah, I agree. So maybe like the mid 2000s.
Nobody's running away with anything. There's teams that look good.
Right.
Your Tampas of the world that aren't healthy but still killing it.
Right.
Seattle's not looking terrible.
No, but even like San Francisco, they're 4-1, and they have $90 million on the IR right now. But that's good coaching. You know what I mean? I have to attest that to Shanahan having a good thumbprint on their team and understanding what his players do well and using that to execute on the field.
Finish the sentence. During the regular season.
During the regular season, yes.
That's it. No, absolutely not. Did they beat us a little out? Sure.
Right.
But when the lights are bright, give me Sirianni over Shanahan. I'll take.
I mean,
when the lights are bright, I'm taking Sirianni.
There's 2 different styles, but I mean, I think Sirianni's voice and motivation definitely strikes a lot harder than Shanahan's would. But I think in terms of like quarterback guru, I think he is that guy, man. I mean, if you can plug in and pull anybody, I just think that they threw Purdy the money just because he's mastered that system. But when you get other guys that come in there and they get a good grip of the system, they look better than what Purdy does when he masters the system. And that means a lot too. Yeah, Mac Jones and Sam Darnold even to an extent too. Like he didn't we didn't get to see him play as much, but like it definitely changed him moving forward and how he conducts himself as a quarterback, which he's attested to in many interviews and stuff, saying that he's learned a lot while he did spend time in San Francisco. So I mean, like, yes, good regular season coach, but we'll see how things break down for them later down the line. But even though I feel like there's things that are still very wide open. The AFC North is kind of interesting too. I don't know. I feel like the Ravens will bounce back. I mean, Aaron Rodgers has another easy road to win a division if he really would want it, but we'll see how that breaks down. The AFC South has actually been pretty interesting with the Jaguars and the Colts. I mean, 2 4-1 teams that will be duking it out.
Didn't look bad before the bye last week.
Right. I mean, but the Colts are definitely the biggest surprise of the NFL right now, I would say.
The Colts, or would you say the Jags?
Yeah, I mean, they go hand in hand, I would say. But I mean, I don't think anyone would have saw Indiana Jones popping up like this, or having this even be. I think months ago we wouldn't even thought this was an idea for us to talk about, but it is. So it's
we didn't know
realistic.
the starter. We didn't know that they had a quitter in Anthony Richardson, a quarterback.
I feel like we kind of did. I just feel like the talent's there, but in terms of his mental, it's just never going to be there for them to win. So that's just him as a story. But he's still a young prospect, and we'll see how things progress with him. But back to the Eagles, man. Like, shit, bro. I mean, can Saquon? I know Saquon's a little nicked up too. He didn't practice on Monday. They might be saving him for this game. But like, can we see Saquon kind of get back rolling here and possibly have his first 100-yard season, first 100-yard game this year?
Landon Dickerson in, I agree with you.
Yeah,
Because a
with
lot of
Toth,
if you look at his yards last year,
Yeah.
a lot of his untouched came from running behind Dickerson.
Okay, I was not aware of that, but I can see that happening too.
So do I think they can get him going? Yeah, but I don't like our interior line right now. I'm not in love with it.
No, I can
I
understand
don't
that.
like Gus Arndt right now. I don't like Dickerson being hurt. I don't like Toth is cute, but he's not him.
I
He's
know.
not Dick.
No,
Good story.
it is a
He's
good
not Dick.
story, and that's why I brought it up. But he's not him. No, he's not.
Tyler Steen's improved,
Yeah,
but wasn't the force that Mekhi Becton was last year.
and also too, I just because you just brought up Steen, and I thought about his his some of the penalties he caused last week. But like, also too, that's the coaching too. You have to have these guys more disciplined and focused. Like I just see these guys undisciplined a lot too. We had what I believe 10 penalties last week against the Broncos. You know what I mean? I mean from the Bond play, from all these other stuff. I mean yeah, there should have been calls that should have been called, but still at the end of the day, you guys have to be more disciplined. You guys have to be like more understanding and aware of situations that are breaking down in front of you. It's just like it just goes hand in hand, and they were last year, so I don't understand what the fuck happened. So, but it's a wait and see thing, and we'll have to wait and see. But I'm pumped. I'm pumped we're playing tonight, and I'm pumped to see what's gonna happen. So I'm gonna take it for what it is.
Well, we need to stomp them. We need to stomp them.
I agree.
It has to happen because any close game, I ain't gonna be satisfied.
No, I'm not either, and that's what I'm saying. That's the part where they should be playing to their standard, and they're just not, and it's fucking driving me nuts.
Yeah, because we still have tough games coming on.
No, for sure. I know that's for sure. We still have to play the teams in the north. We have to play Minnesota afterwards. But on 10 days rest, I like our chances, especially if we have to go up there. But who knows? Maybe we even get the Carson Wentz game again. So who knows?
I don't. What a story.
That'll be an interesting storyline to it. But we'll see how things break down because McCarthy's starting to recover from his injury. So we're going to see how things break down.
All Wentz has to do is look half decent. McCarthy's not getting back out there.
We'll see. I mean, I just think there's too much invested in McCarthy for him not. Like, I think if he ever gets healthy enough, they're gonna have to throw him out there. So we'll see what happens. Whether it's against us or even the week after, we'll see how things break down. But Giancarlo, I appreciate you coming on and calling things as you see them.
Appreciate you, Joe. Always a pleasure.
All right. Until next time, and I guess go Phillies, man. I don't know, but I'll have my take about that later.
Yeah. All right, man.
All right, man. Thank you again. We live to fight another day. Yes, the Philadelphia Phillies win Game 3 against the Dodgers in the NLDS. Yes, what a feeling, I guess. We'll have to see. Back is still against the wall, and we'll have to see how they respond to Game 4. But Ranger Suarez, cool as a fucking cucumber. That's my guy. He stepped up when we needed him to. Had Aaron Nola pitch first 2 innings. He stepped in, ate up 5 innings. They threw in other guys in the bullpen, but Ranger Suarez, thank you again, because you are a true artist on the mound, especially in the playoffs. Like you and JT know how to carve a good game together. That's all I can really say, and I'm really glad that you're still a part of this team, minus whatever may happen today in this Thursday game in Game 4. I appreciate it, and, I really appreciate your work, man. I really do. And, I give appreciation because this could be the end. I'm not saying this could be the end, but this core, it might not be intact next year because there's pieces that got to go in and there's pieces that got to go out. Whether it's Schwarber, possibly Real Muto. There's a lot going on. And the Phillies put themselves in this spot because they couldn't win at home. What's going on with that, man? Last 6 home playoff games, and I'm glad I haven't been spending money to go to the games, but they are 1-5 at the bank. Yes, Bedlam at the bank. I guess it only worked when they played the Padres and the Braves, because when they play these other teams, not so lucky. The Mets, Dodgers. What happened, man? That was supposed to be a good thing, you know what I mean? And now it's not, especially when you have Christopher Sanchez, and my boy, freaking national hero in my eyes, because he's the only Peruvian pitcher. Jesus Luzardo pitches, games like that. It's like, where's the bats, bro? And I don't know. There's a lot of rumblings behind that saying that possibly the fans are too much. That is most crazy bullshit ever, because honestly, how could people that are paying their hard-earned money to watch you, Nick Castellanos, to watch you go hit a baseball, right? That contract that you get paid, yeah, these people are paying that, and they're paying more fucking money. Do you know how much money we fucking pay to go to, like, it's crazy, all right? So I don't want to hear that you guys can't handle the pressure of playing in Philadelphia. I really don't. I'm glad Bryce Harper understands it and understands what he has to do, because he says the right things, whether he puts that in action or whether he's doing that in his own thing, whatever. But I was really disappointed in Nick Castellanos. And honestly, you can just fucking go, bro. It just seems like you have a bad attitude. Just get the fuck out of here. Honestly, you want to go play for the Reds. I got your jersey, bro, and now I'm just, ever since you haven't taken this benching very well, like, it's just been on the down for you. And I think it's time for you and us to cut ties. Sometimes it's just like that. But today was a good day, and Kyle Schwarber had 2 home runs, which was much needed because he wasn't doing shit. But, he stepped up today in a big way. Trey Turner had some RBIs. We had some guys do some things today that really helped propel us to beat the Dodgers. And, God, man, I feel bad for Clayton Kershaw because, man, he looked like a government mule, man. He was just getting beat and hit after hit after hit, and it just, It had to happen that way for us to win, but, Dave Roberts was not doing him any justice, and honestly, if that's the last time we have to see Clayton Kershaw, and that's what Dave Roberts does to the guy, I mean, that's... But, we also see that's what Clayton Kershaw's always done in the playoffs, too, so, just saying. But, good win. Topper deserves credit for Game 3, also with the mistakes that he's done with Game 1 and Game 2. He does deserve credit for Game 3, all right? And he won't get much credit because that's how we roll here in this part of the neck of the woods. But overall, I'm happy they won. It would be cool if the Phillies could keep wearing these light powder blue jerseys because they are 7-1 in these jerseys. And they've been doing good stuff in these jerseys. And, that's honestly what they should really look like because those jerseys are fucking fire. Honestly, I just love these jerseys. Like, This is fucking fire. I love it, and I wish it was our full-time jersey. But this isn't 1982, because this team here has to really fight to get to where that team was. So, we'll see how things break down, honestly, but I'm happy they won today. And I'll be watching tomorrow as, it intersects with the Eagles game, so that's definitely a good watch, a good follow. So, we're going to see how things break down for these fighting Phillies. If their back is still on the wall and they're going to punch back. I know in Game 4, I believe the Dodgers are throwing glass now out there, which the Phillies did have a lot of success against in, I believe, in L.A. the first time before he got hurt. But the Phillies did have success against glass now. He didn't have too much success, somewhat a little bit. I mean, they threw him in a situation in the bullpen in Game 1, and he held down, and then, one inning had some hiccup, and he got taken out. So now with a bigger window of time that he's going to be on the mound, it'd be nice to see the Phillies, capitalize on what they did tonight and bring it into tomorrow. And possibly maybe even still wear these jerseys and do it looking good. So we'll see. I believe they're going to throw Sanchez back out there tomorrow. So it's going to be interesting to see him go back out there. I mean, he pitched 6 great innings in Game 1, and things in a flash of a moment can change. And whether it's Teo Oscar or Mookie Betts getting on Bates or Will Smith hitting an RBI smacker, or how about fucking Kike Hernandez? Like, I've never seen a guy do so bad in the regular season in terms of statistics and then turn it up in the playoffs like he does. I'll give you credit on that one. But honestly, that's even Max Muncy, he's been in a kind of a rotation guy that they put in and out, and I don't know. That's just how the Dodgers have been moving. So it's interesting to see. But tonight, the Phillies fight on, and it's going to be interesting to see what we do in Game 4 on Thursday. And I don't know. I'll be watching, of course, because that's the type of fan I am, good and the bad, and this is me calling things as I see it. So, like I said, though, whether whether Game 4 might be the end of things and we lose people, it sucks because you think this core is special just because they talk about it. You see how they celebrate when they win their division, or when we've seen them celebrate in the past, and this core has been so great. And mind you, too, we don't have Zach Wheeler. We're not 100%, but he's still invested moving forward. So he's going to be part of what they do moving forward. So seeing who is going to join that ride along moving forward is the big question. And Dave Dombrowski has to weigh out some things here. So it's going to be interesting to see what he does moving forward. I mean, I definitely would think that he has absorbed a lot of what he's watched in terms of what's been going on in this series. And it's a shame that things are the way they are, because we, as fans, I feel like, it sucks that we come out to the bank, enjoy the festivities, and literally put our soul and energy into this team while we're there, standing up, yelling, and I say that because I do that, and that's what it is. Like, we watch it on TV, and it's what it is, and that's what makes it very special. But like I said, maybe just because what's been coming out, this group, some of them, not all of them, but some of them just can't hang and handle that type of atmosphere and deliver at that type of level where, we as fans want to enjoy it and, take things to new levels, even as us enjoying what we're watching as a product of a baseball team. So, fight on. They are the Fighting Phils, but, until it's really over, they're going to keep fighting. So, until the bell rings. But